Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I'm here today for some more My Hero Academia All's Justice news updates and just a brand new survey. That is right, my friends. I'm excited because this is good, right? This is good to see Bandai Namco and the, I guess, My Hero Academia All's Justice team, aka Viking, actually give out this option to give feedback, right? They've usually been doing this pretty often with these anime games now. It's like about maybe a couple of weeks after the game launches, they'll do feedback survey type of thing, which is, again, excellent. We like to see it. They don't do these too often, so you really want to make sure you give as much good feedback as you possibly can for the game to improve it. Now, when it comes to feedback, I think that adding in stuff where it's like, oh, well, we need like additional costumes or a lot of things that we're missing from the game, it doesn't hurt to put that on there. Now, don't make the list like ridiculously long and, you know, super detailed. I mean, if you want to, go for it, but I don't know if they're going to be like reading all that shit. You know what I mean? They're probably getting, you know, hundreds, thousands of people, you know, posting, or not posting, but like, you know, going through this and saying what they want to see. So obviously they can't add everything, right? Well, let's go over this. We're conducting a survey to help us provide an even better experience for all the players. There are 27 questions and should take around 10 minutes. Now, this might take longer for me because I might be, you know, going a little bit crazy with what I want to say, or I'm just going to be typing everything out. So I'm mainly making the video to show you guys that a survey is here. So I'm going to link it down below. You guys go take it yourself. You don't have to watch the rest of this video because it's mainly going to be me just going through the survey, going through all the questions and giving my opinions and, you know, feedback, my personal things that I want. What I put on there may differ from what you put. There might be a lot of stuff on here that, you know, that I don't put, right? That you guys are going to put. Don't worry about that, right? Don't worry about that. You guys put what you think needs to be added to the game or improved for the game. As somebody who is not really an online PvP player, I'm mainly going to be going based off of single player type of content and stuff. So, yeah, let's get into this. Like I said, I'm actually excited to finally just, you know, get back into it. So there was a free update that I wanted to go over. Now, this was a while ago, okay? This has been out for a while, since basically the game launched. This was mainly to improve stability of operation. That's like the general shit that they always put for all these games. Voice adjustments have been made. Balance adjustments have been made to battles in the story mode, because that last final battle versus All For One Chaos was ridiculous. So apparently, from what I've heard, they made it a little bit easier. It's still pretty difficult. And then adjusted the conditions for obtaining some customization items, okay? Apology, there was an error, version notation of target update. Okay, whatever. So yeah, I think so far that's the only free update that they've given out. I'm sure they'll do more where there are going to be balance adjustments and things to probably characters, etc., etc. So again, I'll link the My Hero Academia All's Justice survey down below. You'll have until March 4th, so not a lot of time compared to previous ones, but I mean, you have, you know, a few weeks to go over this. And again, it's not gonna, it's supposed to take you 10 minutes, right? So please select the option that applies to ownership situation. Yes, I bought it myself. Yeah, not aware of My Hero Academia All's Justice. I always think that's such a funny thing when they do these surveys. It's like, why the fuck would I take a survey, go out of my way to find this, and go click on the link if I don't even know that the game exists? Who's doing that, right? Who's doing that? Maybe from my video, somebody who's new to the series and has never played it, and they're like, oh, look, oh, he posted a video. Let me. But like, obviously, you would have to be interested in the game. You know, whatever. Please select the option. Blah blah blah. Pre-order the game. Bought the game at retail price after release. I bought the game used after release. Yes, I pre-ordered the game. Please tell us which one you got. Ultimate Edition. A lot of these, you know, again, it's going to be different for you guys, obviously. But I think most of y'all had probably just purchased the Ultimate Edition, right? Which I would always advise not pre-ordering any of these anime games. I think at this point in time, it's crazy that I have to say that now, but I mean, in the past, there are people who blindly just pre-ordered a game without really even doing any research on it, which I think is insane. And then when they get the game and they see that there are things that they don't like about it, you know, they complain. It's like, okay, I understand, but why did you pre-order it without, you know, doing research? Like, always do research on this shit, especially with the anime games, because there's always issues at launch and things that are, you know, problems that happen or things that are missing. It's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. There has not been a single anime game that has released other than maybe Dragon Ball FighterZ. Okay, that was not perfect, but I mean, that game has a lot of issues. Not a lot, but like, it has issues for itself, right? But I would say Dragon Ball FighterZ has been, in the past, you know, 10 years, the one anime game that a lot of people, I think, it was very well received. Same thing with Naruto Storm 4. That's another one. But most of the other ones, I would say people complained about a lot of stuff that was either missing or there were problems with it. So it's very rare that we get a anime game at launch that is just like pretty satisfactory for most people. PlayStation 5. I mean, I can't do multiple. Okay, yeah. I mean, I was mainly playing on PS5. Please select the option that applies to your situation for All's Justice. I have not played the game yet. Play, but I'm not currently playing. I still, you know, go in and pick it up and try out some other modes and things that I, you know, haven't completed yet, because it's a lot of content in the game. You know, disregard any of the issues just for a second. It's a solid game. It's got it has a lot of content for the most part in terms of like shit that you can do if you don't play PvP. How many hours? I would say I've played maybe in total, I mean, including both games. And I say both games. I have it on Steam as well, and I was playing it on both. So I would say maybe like 15 to 20 hours so far. Again, I don't play it all the time. Choose your overall level of satisfaction. I'm pretty satisfied with the game, I think, for the most part. I'll give it a 7 for now, just because there are things about it that are missing, but it has a lot of game modes, right? I mean, I think it's pretty good. You know what? Actually, I'll give it an 8. I mean, in my review, I gave it an 8 out of 10, so we'll use that as a scale. I experienced, yes, story mode, team-up mission. I did actually do some online matches before the game came out, which is funny because, you know, I had it early to play, so I was playing with Goku at the time. So, I mean, I think I've done everything so far. Yeah, I pretty much played everything for the most part. I mean, if it's a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, yeah, this is good. Story mode. I'm honestly, I mean, me personally, I am satisfied with what because I'm thinking about like what they can offer at the time, but at the same time, it's like there are things about it that I wish that they did include. So, I mean, for the most part, I enjoyed the story mode. I think it was a good story mode, but there's a lot more that they could have added. You know what I mean? Team up mission. Honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with team up mission. I think they did decent on that. Team up mission is a mode that, like, I don't think most anime games even really have. That's a very unique thing, right? Character memory. I mean, character memory is fine too. Archive battle. Again, but there are things about it. Like, I think every archive battle should have had a cutscene. They didn't. And, you know, there weren't a lot of them. You know, there were like, what, maybe 11, 12, a little over 10. Character customization. Yeah, honestly, dissatisfied. I'm not very dissatisfied because there are outfits and things that they did include or things that they had that I was, you know, happy about. Like, for example, like Mirko, you know, they did at least add her original outfit or her original appearance where she still had basically all her limbs intact and, you know, her longer hair and her ears weren't all, you know, destroyed and everything. So I think that's cool that they at least included that, which is bare minimum, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like, oh, this was the worst shit ever. Like, Sparking Zero, honestly, I would have to put very dissatisfied because there was a lot of shit that they left out. As an example, right? Player customization. Oh, okay, when it comes to, like, HUD and emblems and all that stuff, I mean, I don't really fuck with that too much, so I'm like, that's fine. Training, I mean, training was fine. Available characters. I'm personally, again, what they had is similar to the story mode. Like, what they included, I think was good. They got all the main heavy hitters, but at the same time, there were so many characters that they could have included. So I'll just put dissatisfied for this one, right? Better to put that on there so that they will be, you know, at least it'll alert them, hey, you know, there are characters that we need to add to the game, right? The 5 characters in terms of DLC, I don't think that is, I mean, one of them we know is Star and Stripe. Should have been in the base, right? There are a lot of characters that really should have been in the base, okay? Strategies in battle system, I guess like satisfied. I mean, the battle system and everything is it's fine to me. Like I like the gameplay. I like how it played. Obviously, the lack of plus ultra 2s or whatever it is. By the way, if you guys didn't know, if you're new to the channel and you've just recently subscribed or followed my channel because of My Hero Academia All's Justice, if you didn't know, I did not play the previous 2 games. I did try them out a bit before I played this one. Okay, just to get a feel of it, just to understand like how the mechanics were. But at the time, whenever those 2 games released, I was like, either I hadn't even gotten into the series yet, or I just got into the series, and obviously I wasn't going to play the games first before. I mean, some people do that, but I don't like to do that. I want to watch the anime first before I get into the game. So at that time, I just didn't really even, like, I knew the game existed and everything, but I just wasn't really interested in playing it yet until I, watched the anime. And then as time passed, I just got so busy with other stuff, so I just forgot to get into it until now because, I was really into the last arc, and I was like, hey, this is the pretty much potentially going to be the final iteration of this series, right? So, yeah, hell yeah, I want to play this, right? So that's why I ended up getting into it now. So there are things about it that were in the previous games that a lot of people wanted carried over, which I totally understand. It should always be like that. You should never take content out, like cut content, unless it's like there's an issue with it. And I heard speculation, or not speculation, but I think it was stated from either one of the devs or the producers that the reason they took out like the really cinematic plus ultras and like the crazy cool effects or whatever in the actual battle system was because, I mean, for now, here, I'll put dissatisfied just in case. Maybe that'll alert them to improve the overall gameplay. Like, if anything, you should just put dissatisfied for all of it. If you have actual feedback to give for every single section, all right? Obviously, don't put it if you don't, but you know what I'm saying, okay? I think there were character intros and certain team-up ultimate attacks and things that were in the previous game, and obviously there were many outfits and things in the previous game that didn't make it into this game, which I think is ridiculous. Main stages, very dissatisfied. There were a lot of maps that I think that's what they're talking about. Main stages, the maps. There were many maps in this game that were left out that were there. Okay, it's the same thing with customization, like Deku's Vigilante outfit and his overlay outfit are fucking there, and you play as them in one battle, and that's it. You know what I mean? Characters' voices. The voices. I mean, I played it in dub, and I thought it was fine. I didn't really think anything was bad. Like there was no bad voice acting, or like I don't know what they mean by that. The graphics are, I mean, they're not going to be able to change anything really about that, I guess. Actually, hold on. Well, I'll put dissatisfied because I don't know if it's just me, and I'm playing on the PS5. It can lag at times. Like and like the frame rate isn't always 60. It's weird. I don't know what that is. Localization quality. I'm not exactly sure what the fuck they mean by that. Localization. Is it because of the... Whatever. I'm just... I don't know. Free match. Okay, so from what I played, and this is before any patches or anything, but I don't think they changed anything online before the game released. But when I played with Goku, free match, we tried everything. I think ranked... I'll put on dissatisfied because I think there's an issue with like the penalties. If you disconnect, I don't know. I don't think that they have a penalty for it. The points do change depending on, if you win or lose, but it's like only up until a certain point do you start losing points if you're at a higher rank. I think that's how it works. Room match, I think was CPU match, free battle. I'm going to put dissatisfied for this one, just because I think for CPU match, is this only... Okay, no, this is offline as well. Yeah, free battle. Okay, Dragon Ball fans can't read. Don't let a Dragon Ball fan take a survey on My Hero Academia All's Justice. So, what I have to say that I don't like about offline battles is the fact that you can't do like a 1v1 or a 2v2. I don't think that's a difficult thing to do, right? Because you can do that in story mode. So the option to just like, I want to just 1v1 it, which I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's like, why not just give the option? It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Like Sparking Zero, for example, you can do 5v5, right? You know, you don't, or sorry, you can do 4v4 or 2v3 or whatever. Like you have full, you know, freedom to do as many characters in one match as possible, right? So I think that's silly that they don't have that option. It's very limited. There's a lot of limits of what you can do, okay? And I understand that the game's main core battle system is 3v3, but it's like, why not just give us the option, Viking? The fuck? Based on your experience, likelihood of recommending. So me personally, if I'm not just an anime game, I'm never going to recommend any anime game to anyone if they are not a fan of the series, right? So are we basing this off of if they like this series or they at least watch anime? I guess I'd give it like a 6. Just because it's like I'm taking into account like if this is just a random not a random but like, you know, just somebody who I know that has never seen this series or watched this series, would I recommend this shit to somebody? Like, I don't honestly, like, not really. I don't really give too many recommendations for video games in general to people. But like, yeah, like all my friends, I'm never recommending an anime game to any of my friends unless they like the series, right? So yeah, I give it a 6 for now. I don't know if that's going to be bad or good or whatever, but that's just, in my mind, that's how I would do it, right? Plus, and again, that doesn't mean the game's bad. No, I think the game's good. I gave it an 8 out of 10 in my review, okay? But it's like, I'm doing that because if I'm going to be recommending this to my viewers in my community, I know they at least like anime, you know what I mean? So, you know, even further, they probably likely like this game. I mean, this series, the My Hero series. So yeah, I'm going to obviously recommend this game, you know, very much. But like to my friends who a lot of them don't even really watch anime or aren't really into it too much, yeah, I wouldn't. I personally really wouldn't. Again, that's not a bad thing. It's just you need to have a foundation here, right? You need to at least like anime. If you at least like anime, then yeah, I'd be a little bit like, hey, yeah, I think this would be a pretty decent game to get into, right? Okay, we heard it from, I mean, pretty much everyone, right? Store, yeah, I mean, yeah, games, the TV magazines, web. By the way, guys, if there's recommendations, if they saying, oh, how'd you hear about this game? Yo, put your boy SLOplays YouTube channel. Hell yeah, you know, you hook your boy up. Genuinely though, if you did only hear about this game because of me, like my channel and everything, put my ass on there. You know, it ain't gonna hurt. I'll put myself on there. I heard about the game from me. That's right. I was hearing about it from myself. All right, please select all the 3 sources. Best places I've seen it, obviously, Bandai. Okay, the top 3 people, SLOplays YouTube channel, you already know because your boy was given all the information. I was providing you guys with the updates about what was good, what was going down, the trailers and all that shit. You know, I'm just fucking around. Not really. Trending on social media, Bandai Namco official accounts. I mean, honestly, when it comes to shit, I'm only following, if I'm going to follow anything that I'm interested in, I'm going to go from the official account and maybe some content creators that are, you know, good about giving details and everything. Like those are the 2 people. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I don't give a shit about IGN. I don't give a shit about PlayStation, like what they're doing. Discords. No, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I only care about Bandai Namco when it comes to this, and then other content creators who are, invested in the series, right? The reason you decided to play, the 3v3 thing is cool. Battling family and friends, I don't really care about that much. The battle control seems simple. I mean, you can make it simple. It is a pretty simple thing. It's not super complex. I enjoyed, yes, exploring the map with various quirks. That was cool. Yeah, the open world thing, not open world, but like the story mode. Sorry, what am I trying to say? The free roam was cool. I mean, again, the character roster's big. It's even though there are things missing. Iconic battles from archive battles. That wasn't really a selling point for me. I would have preferred if the entire story mode was everything, right? Original story and interact. Yes, I like that. That's another plus I give it. I like the new original interactions, and there's voice acting too. So it's like it feels real, like you're actually getting an experience that you never saw in the anime, right? Blah blah blah. Character customization. It was appealing, right? It still is appealing, but there are lots of it that I think are missing. I am a fan. I actually did not play it, so I'm not gonna. I didn't play the previous ones. Graphics looked appealing. I mean, I think it looks good. Like overall, the game does look pretty good. It's just it lags sometimes, and I don't know what they're gonna do about that. Can they do anything about that? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But is my PS5 fucked up? Please, guys, please let me know. And that's the thing. Not only in here, in the comments, please let me know what issues are going on in the game that maybe I'm overlooking or I'm not remembering, or like I personally haven't experienced. Like, let me know so that I can figure out and get a good idea of what's going on. I like this game and I care about this game and I want it to be better. You know what I mean? I played the other My Hero Academia. Besides, I did play Ultra Rumble. That's the only other one I think I've played. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Please select the option that best reflects your feelings about My Hero Academia. IP. What? I love My Hero Academia. What the fuck? I love My Hero Academia. Can I be a hero too? If you cannot remember, wait. Okay, so I got into it, I think, around 2019. So 5 to 7 years, right? 2019, that's 7 years, right? Am I mathing? Is the mathin'? I think it's mathin', okay? Yeah, I wasn't there from the start. Absolutely not. Didn't even really, I mean, I heard about it. I'd see it. I knew it was a popular thing. I just wasn't really into anime as much back then. I still liked it. Obviously, like Dragon Ball, my Narutos, and like, Death Notes and Bleaches and stuff. I like that shit. I was I kept it very general. So yeah, I'd say about that. Have you bought or experienced the anime? I've seen the movies. I mean, yeah, the games. There is a mobile game. I never really got into it that much. I'm not really a much figure and merch type of person for anything, even Dragon Ball. Like, I love Dragon Ball, but like, I'm not here to collect, figures and all that stuff. I'm not that kind of person. But video games and the actual media and stuff, yeah, your boy's there. Your boy is there. I mean, this is long as fuck. Okay, yeah, I've pretty much watched everything. Even the specials and like OVAs and whatever the fucking like all these other things. Yeah, I've seen pretty much the whole thing with all the extras. Please select the titles that you have played. Okay. Can I really count these if I played like a demo or like I played a little bit? I'm just gonna put that for now because I think it would be unfair to say that I played these two games like fully. I don't know what Battle for All is. Is that a mobile game? I think that's a mobile game. Okay. Okay, here we go with this again. I feel like it's always different. Every time I do these surveys, I always change with this. Yes, I've played Pokemon. Or, I mean, they're just saying what you enjoy the most. So, yeah, Pokemon. Where's, like, Mario, Zelda. Yes, 3D Arena Fighters. Despite what people say, I personally love me some 3D Arena Fighters. I love me that shit. I like fighting games in general. Like, I think they're all really fun, but, like, Arena fighters, like, it feels good, man. For the most part, your boy likes it. Yeah, I like me some fighting games. How many is that? 4. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, right? How many? It was only 5? Up to 5? Okay. Oh, what is this? Holy shit. Okay. Please select. Okay, that I've played. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, I played Pirate Warriors 4. Unlimited World Red. I don't know what that is. World Seeker. Which one is that one? Is that a mobile? I don't know which one that is. Odyssey. I did play a little bit of Odyssey. Storm, Curse Clash. Yes, I did fucking play that. Yes. Interesting that they put Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles on here. That's not even a Bandai Namco title. But they know how, like, I think that's crazy that Bandai Namco couldn't get it because Sega is the one that, I guess, does it. I think Sega has a thing with Aniplex, and I think that's why that ended up happening. But yeah, Bandai Namco couldn't get Demon Slayer. I think that's crazy because they pretty much have almost every series. Bandai Namco handles a majority, I think, of the big Shonen Jump series and stuff. Yeah, these other two are the only ones that I haven't really played. Or, I mean, I think I've heard of them. World Seeker, I don't remember. I've heard of it. I don't remember which one that one was. I pretty much played all these. Please select in front of I often pre-order titles on interest. Yes. Yes. If I'm interested in it, yes, I'm going to pre-order it. Okay. And for the most part, I know I'm going to enjoy these games because I like the series. I don't go and I pre-order something that I don't really care for, right? So yeah, definitely I would pre-order it if I'm interested in it. Please tell us the title of any console games that you have pre-ordered in the past year. I guess this is like games that are not related to Bandai Namco. I mean, I guess it would be like Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda. Literally the only games that I play. I'm not a huge gamer compared to a lot of people who really like games. I love games, but I keep my thing. I like to keep things simple, and I go with the series that I grew up with. So obviously I'm playing Pokemon. If it's Pokemon in the title, my ass is there. Mario in the title, my ass is there. Zelda in the title, my ass is there more than anything. Zelda's my favorite series of all time, right? And then of course the anime games I'm always. So yeah, let's go over stuff that I would have to go into. So they do say go into as much detail as possible, right? Which I know I said at the beginning, like, oh, don't like do like a super long thing. I would say you can put as much detail, but like keep it concise. You know what I'm saying? So like stuff that I would like them to add more stages / maps, especially the stages that are exclusive to story / archive battle, because there are some. Also add more customization and outfits like what is it? Overlay Deku and Vigilante Deku. Is that the official name for? Is that what they called it in the previous game? I think they called it Vigilante. Dark Deku, whatever. Deku outfit that was also playable in story / archive battle. Archive. What the fuck is archive? What else? Add more characters. Add more story. I would like if they could add story that, like, for example, like Star and Stripe. Her story's not even in the fucking game, which I understand because she's not even a playable character yet. But like, at least add that. That was a really important part of the anime in the series, right? So it's like that missing is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, add more story if they can. Just expand the overall game, because I think the game, once again, these anime games, they have a good foundation and they just need to build off of it, right? The overall game. Add an arcade mode. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think most fighting games or even arena fighters should always have some type of arcade mode or some type of like ladder climbing system or like gauntlet tower type of thing. Where it gets more difficult. you know, something like Sparking Zero, what they did recently with the 100 battles or whatever, add an arcade mode and other modes in general. I'll just put that there just because, you know, maybe they can come up with something cool. Again, I think what they added for game modes and everything is great, but who knows? Who knows what they might want to take into account and add in the future, right? I know this makes me sound really greedy. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm happy with what they gave us, but I also think any of these games should expand more, especially if this is something like a game mode. If it's a game mode, that's going to be a free update, right? What else? Oh yeah. Improve battle system / gameplay and add more cinematic plus ultra attacks. And intros. The intros suck. The intros are lame. They're very basic, right? And again, apparently from the previous games, they actually had intros for the characters, right? I think every character should have some type of intro that gives them something iconic from the series that they do, maybe a pose or whatever. And it's like, I know and I understand that the rising animations kind of fill that in a way, but at the same time, it's like they could get, if they want to do the rising animation as an intro, just do it, whatever. Just, you know, something better than just like a pose that they do or whatever. They're just looking at you like just Dino stancing. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Improve online. And also graphics / ooh, what the fuck's going on? Graphics / FPS, because the game has an unstable frame rate and does not always reach 60 FPS minimum, because it fucking doesn't for me. I don't know why. Maybe that's you guys as well, but from the gameplay sometimes, and even like when you're in, what's it called, team up mission, it lags. Please reduce and fix lag. There, bitch, take it. All right, this video was like 30 fucking minutes. Again, you didn't have to watch the whole thing. It's just me going over the survey.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.